He's still on 75. He did not take the lodge exit. We have an active police chase going on. The suspect is fleeing on southbound 75. He is now in more or less southwest Detroit. Do we know why he's running? Now going back across the highway, reversing course, and now going back northbound on 75 on the service drive, skips the entrance ramp there because you can't get back on. You saw the orange barrels. It's no longer southbound, it's northbound. There's another chopper you can see following this as well. Now he's going to turn right and go basically southeast. Now he's going southbound again. Now he's going west. Southwest Detroit. Go. Appears he's trying to go back on southbound 75. Now that we have our first confirmation of police in pursuit. Or is he? Is he still on a service drive? Service drive. He's on the service drive. Now he's going up and over grass, through a tree, short, going around the semi. Turning left, unnamed side street against southwest Detroit, heading back in the direction of the highway, which you see right there. Now he's back on the adjacent street and or service drive to the highway. Okay, so now we've got a car in the way. He avoids that white car there. The police go around it as well. Now it's getting tight. Now we've got a red truck in the way, and he's going to go back across the highway. You see the active construction on southbound 75. Now he's pinned. He's got a car in the way. That guy gets out of the way. We don't know if there was a collision there. Slow-moving truck. He wings around him. Now he's back on the northbound 75 side of the highway, encountering traffic. One would presume the people that he's going by don't realize this is a police chase until it burns past them. Okay, he's getting over to the far right, taking the right shoulder. Oop, oop. Barely squeezes that one. Gets off at Grand River. He's off at Grand River. Okay, so now things are going to get tight. He's going past police headquarters. If he makes a right here coming up on Lafayette, he'll be coming right by Channel 4's front door. There's DTE's headquarters building. Nope, he's going to go back the other way. Pursued by 3 different police cruisers. Yep, we got a blockade right here. Now he's going to go up and over the curb. Woof! Wow. Now he's going the wrong way. Now things get truly dangerous because people who are coming down that street who don't know. Back on southbound 75. What did they say about the description? No, I heard something about his tire or the driver or... Stand by, we do have, we've done this once before where we took an active chase and provided you with commentary from the newsroom. As we gather details, you find them out in real time right here, live streaming on Facebook and or clickondetroit.com. So The marriage of old-style news gathering involving a chopper, a live microwave transmission, and social media. Multiple police cars in pursuit. Still on I-75. Looks like the driver's side front tire is toast, and he is on his rim. It's going to limit his mobility. He's going to pull over now and get out to run. We have Interstate 75 traffic with multiple officers in pursuit running against traffic. Jumps up over a hood of a minivan. Officers try to get him. They've got the van surrounded. 5, 6, 7. They've got him down in custody. Running on highway or against highway traffic. Climbing the hood and windshield of that SUV, that minivan right there. One of the most dramatic police chases you will ever see come to a conclusion right here live on Local 4.
A chase through the streets of Detroit, which comes to a heart-stopping conclusion in the middle of I-75. That's the driver rushing into oncoming traffic, and police end up taking him down on the top of a van.
Coco McAvoy is following this story for us tonight. Coco, you actually spoke to the driver who was in that van.
Yes, Kimberly and Devin, and the man is shaken up, as you can imagine, after something like this. He's a technician for a company. He was headed to a job in Detroit when all of this happened. Now, we know this chase started after a young woman was shot in the head in southwest Detroit. You're looking at now the spot where the chase ended on I-75, and this is also the spot that minivan driver got caught in the middle of this chase.
I really thought there was going to be a shooting or something.
The driver of the minivan didn't want to be identified, but described the moment the suspect came running towards him.
I saw a guy jump from one side of the road to the other side. And at that point, I really didn't know what to do anymore. I was so scared.
The video shows an officer also jump on top of the van to arrest the suspect.
At one point, I heard a party on top of the roof of the car.
The chase ended on I-75, but this all started after a shooting in southwest Detroit a couple of days ago.
Our homicide detectives were able to identify who the suspect was in that incident.
Officers first tried arresting the suspect this morning, but he got away, and officers caught up with him again this afternoon for a 45-minute chase.
Through most of the west side of Detroit and downtown, and ultimately ended in southwest Detroit with him being taken into custody.
As an audience watched.
It just turned nuts because you have no idea what to do in those kind of situations.
Now the suspect will be facing charges, and the driver of the minivan says he's grateful no one was injured after an intense police chase.
It's been like something that I see on the movie or on the news, but I never really experienced nothing like that.
And police aren't releasing much information at this time about the shooting. They're also not giving the name of the suspect until he's been officially charged, but obviously a lot of action this afternoon, and very good news that no one was injured in this. Back to you.
Okay, and Coco, you mentioned that this all started after a young woman was shot. Do we know how she's doing tonight?
So police tell us that she's in grave and very critical condition, and that's why they've had homicide investigators working this case. However, she is still in the hospital, and she's in grave condition at this time.
It's a wild chase that came to a heart-stopping conclusion. Now, we're getting our first look at the man who police say was behind the wheel. Friday's chase brought traffic on I-75 in southwest Detroit to a standstill as this dramatic takedown happened.
And now, the man the police say was driving, a 22-year-old facing a list of charges. We bring in Steve Garagiola. And Steve, he is also in trouble for something police found in the car, correct?
Oh, yeah, he bought himself a world of trouble just by leading police on a 40-minute high-speed chase through downtown and the freeway. But then when the chase ends and they find marijuana, heroin, and cocaine, his troubles got bigger, and they could multiply even still. 24-year-old Derron Sherard arraigned this morning on a list of charges, including possession of marijuana, cocaine, and heroin. The rest of the charges stem from a wild police chase this past Friday when he refused to pull over when police tried to stop him. He eventually abandoned his car on I-75 and was taken down by half-dozen officers. leaving the driver of a minivan caught in the middle a little stunned.
A guy jumped from one side of the road to the other side. And at that point, I really didn't know what to do anymore. I was so scared.
For that adventure, Sherard is charged with fleeing and eluding police. And with 2 previous felonies on his sheet, Sherard will be tried as a habitual offender, which means any sentence for which he is convicted is automatically doubled.
Under the habitual, it would be a 10-year offense. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
Thank you, sir.
I never took.
Okay, now, hold on. I'm going to enter a plea of not guilty for you.
Sherard's bond set at $75,000. His preliminary exam set for September 18th. So he sits in jail tonight. The maximum possible jail time on those 5 charges would be 16 years. But again, because he's a habitual offender with 2 felonies, those could all double if he's convicted, which would give him over 30 years of prison time. So he's facing a lot of trouble. Back to you.
In fact, Steve, I guess the most serious charges might still be yet to come.
Well, Nat, you're right. That's a whole separate case because he was involved. Police believe he was involved in a shooting on Thursday, shooting a woman. That woman has died, so he could still face murder charges, which, of course, that would be a whole lot more serious.
Certainly would, yeah. All right, Steve.
This guy who led police on a wild chase that ended in spectacular fashion right in the middle of I-75 in southwest Detroit. Today, a judge handed down her sentence in the case. Jason Colthorpe live this evening. And Jason, he faced a slew of charges.
And Karen, for those of us who are watching this, go down live on clickondetroit.com from Sky 4. So many of us remember thinking, boy, is this guy going to be in some trouble. And today he answered that for that chase that ended right here on I-75. You remember getting out of that vehicle and hopping over the median out onto another car. And when you hear what he had to say, it didn't offer much after what you saw on tape.
It was one of the more wild police chases anyone had seen. A suspect hitting numerous freeways, and then finally, as police closed in on I-75 South near Clark, Derron Sherard jumps out of his car, hops over the median with cars coming at him on the freeway on I-75, and the police giving chase. He jumps on the roof of another vehicle before police finally are able to take him down. Today in court, he was sentenced for that whole sequence of events, fleeing and eluding, resisting, and possession of cocaine and marijuana.
I would like to say I apologize to the officers and my family for putting myself in danger and putting them in danger.
After his brief apology, Sherard was sentenced to a minimum of 9 months to 20 years on all those charges. Police say they were chasing Sherard because he was a suspect in the shooting of a woman earlier that day in southwest Detroit, a woman who later died.
And that investigation still continues, so this might not be the last time we hear from Sherard. Could be facing much more serious consequences in that murder. Reporting live, Jason Colthorpe, Local 4.